Hello and welcome to this video playing FM Don KisHot. That's a Don KisHot. Don KisHot, yeah. Alright, let's see what happens in this game. This video will be uploaded basically right after it is played, so going to be almost like a live stream in a way on Friday, April 12th. Okay, so I'm attacking the b7 pawn. Let's see what Don KisHot is doing. Queen b6 is the best move here. Queen c8 is an alternative, but it is not so good. Now black should probably trade. Yeah, and he did. Here white has one main idea, b4, b5. This is an interesting move, but I can reply rather quickly. It is helpful if you have looked at stuff beforehand. You can piece together this information a little bit if you watch the video and know what I'm currently working on. Yeah, knight c7 is not such a great idea. To go knight b5 now. It takes a really long time. I mean, knight b5 is completely forced. So, yeah, here I should probably take and rook a5. An interesting point that I just realized is that a possible b6 move I cannot take. So I should probably castle. There was bishop b4 then. Okay, yeah, okay, this is, I think, easily answered with c6. And now, I guess, rook a1, getting a6 back, and after all this, the c6 pawn will be weak, and he has no development, which is something that at the very beginning is not so obvious that this is a problem, but it definitely is. Okay, this is a good move. This is a good move. He wants to force my bishop to a bad diagonal so that knight b8 becomes possible. It's a very ugly move, but still possible. Okay, if I go bishop e5 for the tempo, there's f6, and bishop c7, he has rook a7. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I'm not really worried here all that much. Knight b8, rook c1, I will probably get this pawn back anyway. Or let's say his concessions that he has to make are so severe that I'm not really worried so much. But I think I probably didn't play it in the best possible way. That is very likely. So f6 maybe now, or yeah, f6. So what am I going to do? I guess this one, and then f3 and e4, knight d3, bishop b4, and so on. It's very difficult for black to get into a state of play where he can actually realize his material advantage. Even though I certainly missed something. Yeah, I'm very sure about that. Maybe the timing wasn't quite right, which is often a problem. You kind of know that you have to play in a certain way. I knew that I have to play c6, for example, in such a position and break this up, but I wasn't expecting this defense by black, and it is good. Yeah, he defended this well, really. I mean, he's not a bad player, obviously. Okay, now I can, yeah, that's interesting. How to play this here. I cannot play e5. I mean I can, but I'm not sure if I should. Take. I take, king takes, knight c5. I mean, he has e5 then, which is kind of annoying, really. Yeah, I have excellent strategic compensation. I mean, he cannot move the pawns and everything, but is it really something that I can play for a win is the thing. Now here, yeah. What do I do now? It's kind of tricky. f4 or I go f4. Let's do this. I mean, his bishop is kind of abysmal there, but it can come out. Rook f1, I guess, for rook f6. I still have pretty strong pressure. And there's absolutely, it's not obvious how he's ever going to use the A or C pawn. Yeah. If I go rook here, yeah, I should probably win back a pawn, if possible. So this one, and now going to switch over to the other side, rook f1. Rook f1, threatening. Yeah, I don't think he can play a5. It shouldn't be possible, really. Now, h4 maybe, fixing that on a light square. But the g pawn is a pawn that I can maybe win at some point. With this one, kind of unsure here what's best. Fixing even more on light squares. Now, a5 is on the radar. Okay. Yeah, I mean, he has a hard time to move this stuff, but he's defending this extremely well, I think. Now he has an issue there with the bishop movement. Yeah, I mean, that's something that has to be checked. First of all, I didn't convert this. Like, this is winning already. I know that when I analyzed it, that this is basically almost winning at least. So something went wrong there. Rook a5. I'm not going to tell you the details about the first moves, because I mean, there's something. Yeah, you can piece it together, I guess. So let's have a look here. a6. Castles. I didn't know anything beyond this rook a5, a6. I didn't remember, let's say. Here maybe there's a matter. Here's where where I need to be more accurate. I went c6, which, yeah, rook c1 is better. Okay. So let's check this. So the thing is, if I manage to play c6 and I get this kind of thing, I'm winning a6, and b5 then is also basically gone. So it is a very narrow path for black. So it seems that g5 is okay here. Okay, at least that's what the engine is showing. So what is the line? Bishop d2. And now I would be worried about knight to b8, but probably this is not a worry. f6 is what the engine wants to play. So knight b8, what is the thing? Ah, now I can play here, and then this is gone. Yeah, that's a very important idea that I wasn't aware of. Now, he cannot prevent rook takes b5. I was always worried that he would play knight b8 to c6, but that never works really. So f6, and then I get c6 in. Takes, rook takes, and this looks really awful. But the engine does not really condemn it all that much for black. Maybe I don't have a good square for my rook on c6. So rook b6, king d7. And now, I mean, I can actually win that pawn, but knight c6 seems to hold. So currently the engine sees an interesting defense there. So maybe I confused something. I thought that this is already basically gone for black, but it doesn't seem to be so terrible. It's a bit tricky to remember the intricacies here, because there are lines like that. There are some quite similar lines, let's say, is what I'm trying to say. Maybe I confused something. Anyway, I played c6, which I don't think is that terrible actually, because it really, I mean, black has to stay very passive there with this knight b8. So I don't really think I'm in a huge trouble here. I have enough compensation. Rook c1. Yeah, probably many ideas that you can look at. Knight e1. Yeah, the engine is getting kind of skeptical here. It does not show that I have enough compensation. Rook h7. What is supposed to be better here? Like h5. h5, f3, king f7. This is a line. I mean, there's certainly many more possibilities. I would have probably tried the same thing as in the game, this kind of thing. But then bishop d6. Yeah, then I would say bishop b4. And then bishop c7. Yeah, this is a very important idea. He has to keep this bishop, and that makes a whole lot of difference. If I get to trade this, like in a position like this is not such a problem, because I mean, he cannot move anything, and there are even scenarios where being a pawn down, I'm very okay. Yeah, it's probably more precise. And here he had the opportunity to play c5. Okay, I don't quite see how that is possible. So I take, and then knight c6 maybe. Ah yeah, he has this idea. Okay, yeah, that was a huge opportunity for black. Yeah, and here I felt I should be really okay. Right? Yeah, the engine assesses this is equal, which, or even slightly better for white. Yeah, that was my feeling as well. If anybody can do something, it's rather white. Because, I mean, how do you ever activate black's position? And here I'm better, right? Yeah, I probably missed something here. Bishop f1, the immediate bishop regrouping is stronger than moving the rook around. But the engine thinks I'm better here. Rook h7 and then bishop f1 d3. Yeah, that's stronger. I was thinking that it made sense to provoke this pawn forward, but it's very slow. And I think, at least that is my hunch, that here black should have equality is kind of what I thought. Like, he can probably not win with this pawn, but I'm also not able to make any progress. And now he had to play king e8 to be in time to move the bishop. It's possible that could be already problematic here. Rook a1, king g2, and now king e8 leads to trouble. He has to find rook d1, which makes a lot of sense, preventing bishop d3. And then I have to do something b3, rook a2, and it seems to be just about a draw. And this is now a problem, right? But b3 is still working. That is interesting. Why? Why? Ah, yeah, okay. He keeps on the a. Okay, he stays on the a file. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So that you can do this. Now, if I play bishop g6, he has this move, and this is of course okay. I have this one, so I'm getting a pawn back, but that's probably going to be a draw. Yeah, and this just blundered it away. It's not so easy. I mean, black was under some pressure the game. I have to check this. I have to check this line again in my analysis, because this is kind of, yeah, that is not great. Maybe I have something better here actually. That is a point really. Like if you take. I mean, what I'm trying to say is, unsuccessfully, is you can make an argument for castling in this position, keeps this option open, and just ask black about the next move, which does not necessarily need to be a6. Like after take rook f5 played a6. And if he plays a6, for example, I could think about taking and now not going to a5 but to a1 or whatever. There are some options there. Yeah, okay guys, thanks for watching.